love it when I turn up the bass.
We're live.
Yeah, we are now.
We're live.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll put it down to you. Your inability to do anything without me. You just want me to be around all the while.
yeah.
Dude, all I've literally done, right, was just log in. That was it.
Oh, everybody! Yeah, the
Good evening, everybody. These two forgot.
yeah, all screwed up. And somebody didn't press the right button. Flux. No, it weren't Flux at
We
all.
have a potato for a host.
so topics for tonight. Shall we crack on? Hey, anybody want to start off? Come on, let's go. Anybody want to? We could start with the shooting of the 9-year-old. Man goes into a room. Well, that's in somebody's house.
Why?
Well, it was being. The guy that got a hit on him. Apparently, he's a well-known drug dealer, and obviously somebody decided that he'd done something or gone into somebody else's patch because it's not exactly totally clear, and somebody put it out on him. So he ran into somebody's house and got a child killed, and the mother shot, and he got shot, but he survived, but the child didn't. And the worst part about it, the thing that really goads me, is that they took this drug dealer in an ambulance first before they took the child. If that's the case, I think that's appalling. They should have let the drug dealing piece of scum go second. Hey, if he'd have died, then he's had a good innings. You know,
I've
But
got to take the fifth on this. I can't explain or talk about this with any sense or restraint. So I'll stay out of this because I'm very, very, very angry about it.
I do question the situation. Because if they decided not to take the girl first, then they must have deemed her unable to be saved.
well, apparently, I'm not sure she was pronounced dead at the house. But if that's the case, like, the ambulance then took a fair amount of time. But that's the thing, isn't it? Ambulances and that now are being held up at hospitals because, yeah, let's have it. Let's act truth and they know truth, and we all know truth. We all know why. Because ambulances are being held at hospitals because there's no beds. Because, let's face it, this government and governments previous to it, like Labour and Conservative again, and the Conservative Lib Dem government haven't sorted the situation out. And the situation is every time you get a government in power, they change everything in NHS instead of saying, right, let's talk to the experts. And let's face it, the experts usually are them that are running the hospitals. I mean, yeah, we need to get rid of some of this red tape stuff, like, giving bonuses to people that save the NHS money. You're employed to save the NHS money. Should you really be getting a bonus for it? No. A lorry driver, if he drives without wasting fuel or having accidents, I mean, some companies, I suppose, do pay bonuses, but 90% on them don't. Or they'll tell you they'll pay you a bonus and you don't get one. Yeah, but this is the NHS. There shouldn't be any kickback to employees. You know what? Yeah, but that's the sort of thing, you know. I mean, that the argument you're going to get for the reason why these people that do the buying for the NHS and they're saving money. Well, from where I'm sat, they're not saving NHS money. You know, when you can go to shop and buy Anodin or aspirin or whatever you want to call it for 29 or 30 pence for 16 tablets, and woe betide, the NHS is paying what, 10, 15 quid for the same thing, which is a bit, you know, that's not saving NHS money. I think the problem is when different parties get in, they sort of give their mates, allegedly, of course, because we can't prove this, allegedly give their mates the contracts to supply stuff like that. Or they're locked in where they can only use certain suppliers. Now, I think it's time. This is our NHS. This isn't just the politicians' NHS. This is our NHS. So we should stop this where they can only get stuff. What they should be doing is allowing the hospitals, or even that, is set up a regional place where they get the stuff and them that are supplying drugs to come to one place, and then they can all put the prices on the table, and then the NHS can pick the cheapest. Simple as. Come on then. Don't just sit over here and be quiet. Come on, join in with conversation. We've got to keep.
Flux, I've got to pause you there. The stream can't hear you.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, the stream can't hear you.
What about now? We're testing 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right,
5.
just hang on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I heard you on the stream.
Okay. There we go. So go on then, folks.
You know what I mean? It's all my fault that the stream couldn't start. He's been banning around.
Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. I just reduced
No
my
comment,
volume
Your
'cause it
Honour.
looked too
My
loud.
client wishes to take the fifth.
Get out of it. It was your fault the stream didn't start, mucker.
Oh, yeah. It's my fault now. I fucking could hear you and all, I suppose.
No, because if it was your fault, I wouldn't have had to ask for your help, dickhead.
He was being ghosted.
That's why I sorted it myself, noob. Next.
Yeah.
You're a little quiet on the stream, though.
Okay.
That's 'cause, I
Well,
mean,
there we are. There we go.
he was
There
a
we go.
fucking audio technician, wasn't he?
What was he?
Apparently, an audio tech.
Well, what I was fuck all to do with you. What you didn't do is start the stream allow the stream to be started properly. So get fucked.
Yeah, but now I fucking can hear you. And when they do, it's like, oh, I can just about hear you. You're in the back of the
Hey.
box. And
Get
there's
out of
Better
it.
than the pay-per-view boxing, this.
fucking. Anyway, as for Callow and the NHS is fucked. The NHS is always going to be fucked because it's being used as a fucking cash cow. That's all it's ever is. Every cunt that's in it and all these quangos and all the rest of the bollocks, right? It's just a way to just bleed the fucking the people dry under the guise of the NHS needs your money. NHS don't need any fucking money. It's got plenty of fucking. It's just used badly. That's my 2 pence. Right now, anyway,
We've always been frightened, haven't we, of going to the hospital and you don't want to be ill and all that. These days, you're frightened to death of going near the fucking place, never mind what's going to happen to you.
Well, yeah. Anyway, I think we slide off topic. Yeah, that was my fault. But yeah, the police shooting and what needs to be done. What should the police be doing, to be quite honest? I mean,
The Macarena.
you know, we have. If you kill a copper, you never getting out. So should we have something like this? I mean, have you noticed that as things are getting tight again, people are, when we're going into like a recession and that, on amazing how gun crime has started going up again.
I wonder what the vote would be right at this point in time of people that would bring the death penalty back.
I would not. I'd be completely against fucking that because the next thing you know, it's going to be used against you or I. Fuck that bollocks.
Yeah, we already seen the government move the goalposts. You sure
Yeah,
you want to
fuck
trust them with that kind of
Fuck that
fucking power?
bollocks. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Very true. Very
Yeah.
true.
That's why I'm against the death penalty as well.
Yeah, that is true. It doesn't matter whether
And involuntary euthanasia. Voluntary euthanasia. Because next thing
yeah.
you know, the government are going to be imposing it.
Well, the famous 2 crosses of the
Yeah.
Nazi doctors.
Yeah, fuck all that. No, 100% no.
well, suppose yeah, but point is, if you're fucked, and I'm sorry, you can't even wipe your own ass.
Well,
Yeah.
during COVID, weren't people put on a DNR, do not resuscitate, and you had to vote out of doing that
Yeah.
or something?
Yep. My grandmother did, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how can a government be allowed to fucking do that? Let's
The
look at the Nuremberg Code.
Murder.
Oh, look, Rule 1 already broken.
Well, when you think about it, now you have to opt out for your organs.
You do.
Unless, yeah, which
Hey,
we're
there'll be some people after my monster, I tell you. Hey,
Do you
I
remember
got a
this?
right fucking nose on me.
Do you
Right.
remember the story I told you about organ harvesting from it was Nick Ferrari on LBC?
Yeah.
Yeah, about his brother. And he was like, for the love of God, no, do not carry that donor card because they will take your organs. And if it wasn't for Nick Ferrari's mum and dad fighting, going, no, you're not doing this, the lad survived and went on to live a rather successful and
Terrific,
productive
isn't it? It's like
life,
living in
yeah.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Have you not seen Mike Tyson recently?
Yeah. Apparently he's in a wheelchair, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
he?
But have any of you had fucking sciatica?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking right. I get it every year on a
Yeah,
couple of occasions.
exactly. And so Salty Cracker, love you, but I know he's never going to watch this, but he was going, boy, look at him. He's in the chair and he's had the jab. He said he's been forced. I'm like, mate, seriously? You have no idea.
be honest.
You have no idea what sciatica's like, clearly.
Well, Mike Tyson's big into the medical profession, isn't he, at the moment? Growing sort of plants and stuff. And, he's got a whole brand of the thing. And the
Well,
thing
he's
is
eating
the amount of
mushrooms.
old people now going on to CBD oil and tea, the best that you can get is THC through cannabis.
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Eating, well, no, eat edibles. It's not illegible because cannabis has very good medical benefits. It has been shown throughout time. God knows why it's actually illegal, cannabis itself, because the medical benefits of it are huge. And that's no ifs or buts, it's true.
Well, don't
And
be.
he owns this. Now, if he suffers from sciatica, like I suffer from MS, and I don't know a few things, but it helps me through my cramping.
But wasn't it a bit
I
more?
me edibles, and it helps me cramping.
Didn't Tyson he had a boxing match. Was it only a few years ago or something? It was,
Yeah.
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 And he said
He's still in top condition.
and he said before. So this is further cements where I'm coming from. He said before that, I know I saw an interview of him saying that he fucked his back up prior to going into the fight. He was on his back for a while. This recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now then, I know people close to me, not boxing obviously, that have fucked their back up. It's made the spinal discs come out on the sciatic nerve. Wow, that's it. You're fucked.
Yeah. I get
You're
it across
fucked.
my arse. I get it across the back of my ass, in front of my thigh, and up and down my calf.
So my point being, I could be fucking anything. I certainly don't think it's a. I do not think with Tyson it's a jab. I really don't.
Maybe not.
Mm.
You don't know.
Jab, no pun intended. Bob.
I don't know if Tyson's had a jab or not.
He
I
admitted to
don't
having
know.
it.
Yeah, I think he said he did. Yeah, I think he said he did. Yeah.
Well, end of the day, it's
Mm.
how many jabs has he had? Has he had the full array?
Hey, fucking hell. In that Buster Douglas fight, he got plenty of fucking jabs.
Mm.
Right. But so, moving on.
Well, what is the current booster up to now? 6 or 7 or something?
No, for
No
Thanks.
idea.
no, there were main one, and then there's 3 boosters, isn't there? I think. But don't give me what I call it. And I think it is. It's on 4th, I think.
Hey, it's getting on past the 1 a year for the flu jab. Now they're having what, 20 a year? Are they having of these fucking whatever? I don't know what it's meant to fucking cure, by the way, because it doesn't cure COVID and stop you getting it. Doesn't stop you transmitting it and doesn't stop you getting hospitalised. It doesn't stop you dying. So what the fucking hell's these things for?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, they've
Asking for a friend.
they're having to admit that the lockdown should have never happened. I mean, when you've got the 2 candidates to be prime minister both admitting, and one of them that technically allowed the shall we say the rape of the country by all this furlough because of the lockdowns, and he was one that was championing it.
Well, we watched it step by step. We were even telling people what they were going to do next, and they did everything that we were telling them they were going to do. And we saw it way back before it even left fucking China, because we were looking at what they were doing, and we were looking about what they were supposedly this thing was about, and nothing made sense at all. And then, of course, we went over to America and we had an election fracas, and then we got people over here now getting jabbed for something that doesn't even cure what it's meant to say on the tin. It's a bit. And now we're all getting starved. We're all being no heating or electric, gas, you know, and you don't think there's an agenda here? Hello, people. Wakey, wakey.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well, we all know there's an agenda, and it's also you can thank Boris and the powers that be when the lights go out this winter for giving gas away to France.
Yeah, thank the globalists and the World Economic Forum.
You know what? If it's not a fucking agenda, it's a fucking biggest fucking coincidence I'm ever.
Right. But yeah, giving away gas that we need to France that has, let's face it, stabbed us in the back so many times. And that's not alleged stabbed in the back, that is actually stabbing us in the back.
Hang on.
I saw Waterloo.
Hang on. Have they stabbed us in the back? Or
yeah, I saw Waterloo.
Please, bear with me.
Go on, then.
I thought we were under the understanding that it's all bollocks anyway. So have they stabbed you and I in the back? No. On the whole, they haven't. I mean, it's just because of the governments. Well, I say governments, the quasi-governments that are in place. But it's
Yeah.
this constant pitting each other against each other.
Well,
They
well,
would
it's
like.
complete globalism.
I'm sure the French would like nothing more than to have gay Paris, fuck the English, and remain French. And we'd like nothing more, I suppose, to be cup of tea, fuck the French.
Every single country I have seen, whether it be Germany, France, Holland, us, America, the streets are full. And when these people are on the streets, these people get, fuck off, you dirty communist. They're never welcomed anywhere.
No.
Anywhere. They're hated everywhere. But because they're in charge, they don't give a shit. They're telling, they don't give a fuck whatsoever. Because for some reason, they've got all the fucking power. Well, we all know what they've all got. But it amazes me. Amazes me that these despots are even being listened to anymore.
And also,
Yeah, that's a thought. When do fishing rights turn back to English? It's not long now, is it? The French.
No, you're right. Actually, isn't it next year?
Yeah, that's when.
23.
That is when shit's gonna start to hit the fan with French. You watch. They'll really start letting these boat people come over.
Well, hang on. Don't you remember a post that was in Discord about they want us to eat less fish? It was a post about fish and
Eat
chips.
bugs. Eat bugs.
Yeah. Have you seen that with the robot for Facebook and his missus, and she's got a t-shirt.
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a snake's tongue.
Yeah. We eat bugs. Yeah, well, you eat bugs and we'll carry on eating cows and sheep and
Yeah.
Lizards
Yeah.
eat bugs.
what?
Lizards eat bugs. Lizard people.
Yeah, but
Oh,
there's actual something in bugs we can't actually break down. It's poison to us. I think it's chitin.
Oh, some parasites as well that can be
Yeah.
inside these bugs that are not very good for us either.
And there's no way to get them out.
I'm not eating fucking bugs anyway. Go fuck yourselves.
I'll go fishing before that shit happens. I hate fish.
How about that? Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
I think Bear Grylls can have my portion.
yeah.
Yeah. Any lefty that
but
wants
you've been
to eat
eating
bugs.
bugs for a while anyway. If you've eaten
No,
Mr.
no.
Kipling's friend
In
of...
cochineal, a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
of colouring.
I'll eat my own bogies.
But you have cow. If you've
Alright.
ever eaten, red food flavouring, colouring, then that's 90. Insofar.
It's not the full bug, is it?
The colouring.
No,
So
but
what?
it's crushed beetles, isn't it?
It's beetle. What you call it?
Beetlejuice.
Don't say that; it'll turn up. But no, it's not the whole bug. It's just the shell of the bug, innit?
Oh, well,
So-
that's okay then. But where the
That's
Well, yeah,
parasites
yeah.
live? Oh, that's
Right.
alright then.
Look,
Yeah,
I'd
well-
rather have a steak than 10,000 crickets. Sorry.
Yeah, you're
Well,
not
when-
eating the bug, you're just eating the chews.
Yeah. Well, thing is, where else do you get red colouring from? That's why a lot of red colouring now has a warning on it states it's not for human consumption. Yeah. But yet, people are still eating it. Go figure that one.
I mean, 'cause what's it called? It's called an E1. It's E120, is it? The
Some.
cochineal?
Mm.
I think it's E120. E120, E123? One of the two.
I don't know. Well, I suppose.
Have we got any Dr. Zarkoffs in the comment section that can tell us?
Well, it's only a simple Google search.
Doesn't
Well,
matter
there
what
you
code
go,
it is.
No,
Oh,
we're
No,
here,
my point being is I've seen
Oh, let me put my
E120s.
glasses on.
I've seen E120 warnings on the back of when did e-warnings first come out? Was it mid-90s?
Must have been
Late
Station.
80s?
late
There
80s,
you go.
90s, yeah.
Yeah, it
and
was
so-
because of hyperactive kids or something.
Yeah, and so I saw E numbers everywhere, and I was like, well, fuck that, doesn't affect me. But I know I must have seen an E120. I must have done. I've been eating them all my fucking life.
Well, there you go. According to Deadly, you can get it from beetroot as well, red colouring. So there you go. Not everybody uses the what is it, crustaceans, which non-violent extremists has pointed out. There you
The
go.
colour purple comes from red cabbage.
What? Okay, that's okay. Yeah, why
Are you,
not?
are you sure about that?
Yeah,
And
I saw it
yellow
on the.
comes from the sun.
Because the Romans used to make their purple by getting oysters and smashing them up.
Hey, I'm going what the packet of Smarties tells me.
Okay, yeah,
only the
right.
orange ones taste
Back
them.
into stuff. That was funny.
It
Fucking
did
just
on
there
the
looking
back
at
of
the
the
ingredients.
Smarties. A couple of years ago, on the back of the Smarties, they used to tell you what the food colouring was made out of, and it used to have a picture of what it was.
It looked like a giant dinosaur.
Well, see, I think you may be showing your age when you say a packet. For oldies like me, it would be a tube.
Tube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or if you had extra money, you'd get a box of Smarties, you know, the bigger
Yeah,
boxes.
yeah. And how many times did you get the tube, bang it like that so the lid came flying out? Use it as a makeshift gun.
Yeah, I used to do that at school.
Yeah.
And you used to have to collect the alphabet to spell your own name,
Yes,
what we used to
yeah.
give up.
Yeah, indeed. Moved on to a Milky Way or a Curly Whirly.
Yeah. Now, how much a curly whirl is in the shrunk in size? Jeez. Yeah. Well,
Remember how
everything's
big they used to be? They used to be massive.
Everything shrunk.
I've paid £1.75, no advertising going on, but sort of, for 4 minibar of Cadbury's Caramel.
how much?
Better a lot thinner as well.
£1.75.
Good Aston on the 125. Say 50p. That means,
You know,
Yeah.
if you go to Aldi's, you get the same size chocolate for a fraction of the price, but it's a different brand, but it tastes the same anyway.
Yeah, but that's how you end up turning into a
Right,
fat shit.
so shall we get this back on track?
Yeah. We're all on a tangent here about chocolate and things.
Ah, it's all right. We're all sitting on the sofa.
What else was going on that really fucked us off? Ethan.
Everything, probably.
No, nothing.
Cost of living.
Somebody
Energy
mentioned.
prices.
Somebody mentioned earlier a list, and I'm trying to remember it in my head.
One of them is oh, blimey, I forgot what his name is now. He turned around and he said that he should go only to black shops.
Oh,
Anthony
Joshua.
That's the one. Anthony Joshua. Get spit it out and wearing these teeth in for somebody. Anthony Joshua said that that blacks should only go to black shops only.
I mean,
in that case, how would he like it if only black people brought his tickets and only black people sponsored him? So let's see how far he gets with that one.
And also,
well, it was said at the time, wasn't it? Ages and ages ago.
Yeah, if you want to encourage others to not purchase from a certain area, from a certain business, then your very first step, without sounding like a hypocritical cunt, is to not allow the sale of your stuff to the people that you won't allow other people to buy stuff from. Because
And an exchange crystal nut.
You're a hypocritical cunt, which you are.
Yeah, which he is. He's a hypocritical.
He is, yeah, and he looks quite a bully as well. Looks.
Right.
I mean, please forgive me. we've got people here that know far more about the beautiful game, the boxing game than I do. But the way that he behaved at the end of that fight, really?
Oh, it was appalling, wasn't it? Absolutely appalling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a disgrace, a literal disgrace. I think everyone that saw it watched it open mouth.
Right. Did he lose?
Mm.
Oh, yeah, and he didn't lose well. He threw belts that weren't his own out of the ring. They weren't even his belts to throw out the fucking ring.
Gaston.
And worst of it all is he lost to a white guy.
Oh dear.
From
Well,
Ukraine.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't come up with the excuse that he was fighting Ukrainian, so he let him win.
Yeah. Unfortunately, do we really care? You know, is the sore loser and it's proved that.
Not for him, I don't anymore. No. Not anymore.
Well, if he had came out and said that he was paid to lose to a Ukrainian, that would have sparked a lot of controversy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I
It'd been a
suppose.
good laugh.
Yeah. But like the Ukraine president turned around and said that it's proof that Ukrainians never give up. Really? Well, let's stop giving you money. Let's stop giving you weapons, and let's see how far you get. That's
No, I think they'll still try. I mean, they're not French.
well. No, point is, you know, we've got a cost of living crisis. We're borrowing more money than we've got coming in, and we're aiding and abetting in a war that we should have never got involved in. Yet again, I mean, geez, how many more wars we're going to get involved?
I'm so glad you brought this up because Boris said in Ukraine that us in this country can take the harshness of our energy bills this winter for the freedom of their country.
Yeah, can be fucked.
Now,
Get fucked.
No.
Get fucked.
is
Get fucked
treachery.
and get fucked a bit more. Seriously,
Well-
I've had enough of fucking these cunts giving fucking broad church shit out on my behalf, your behalf. No cunt voted for fucking net zero. None of us. No cunt
Nope.
voted for the privatisation of the cash cow of the NHS. None of us. No cunt voted for fucking so many things.
For getting in the war with Ukraine. Who told us to get involved with that?
Yeah, and
No.
don't forget how much it's highlighted us to Russia as well. Who's the
No.
next target?
No,
Us. Thanks, Boris.
I do understand that our vote means that we vote into power those that make decisions on our behalf. However, they make decisions on our behalf based upon fucking their manifesto in the first place. I mean, if they put in their manifesto, the first thing I'm going to do is fuck up the economy. I'm going to print more money than there's ever been printed before, and then I'm going to give it to everybody that's on.
Me
Oh,
mates.
dear God.
Yeah, NATO, Rotten Politics has typed in NATO. Yeah, NATO has caused this problem.
NATO, the UN, EU, a lot of them. A lot of them.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately,
the biggest problem to us all are globalists and the
Thanks.
World Economic Forum.
yeah. You'll have nothing and you'll be grateful. No, I won't. I'll be pissed. And I don't care.
Yeah.
You take all my shit, I've got no to lose.
You won't be able to have a car to get anywhere. You won't be able to get anywhere anyway because you'll be half starved. Anyone want to take it any further?
Yeah. Well, point is, you think about it. That's the whole idea, isn't it? They don't want high wages because they want to keep all the money. Now, this is what makes me laugh, and I just can't get this around my head.
Let's check your mate.
If you take everything off everybody and they haven't got anything, what you're going to sell somebody that ain't got nothing? Nothing. So if
Where's the
you're
incentive to work?
yeah, Yeah, well, you'll have no choice but to work, because if you
They
want
want
to
us
eat,
back inventing the wheel.
like,
Push. I can't.
well,
All right.
you know
So
what I
you're going to
mean?
work to feed yourself, and that's
Yeah.
it. That's slavery. That's what the
Yeah.
slaves did.
Yeah, that's what they want. Well, we're already nearly there as it is.
Didn't
You-
communism be sort of like this?
Well, yeah,
It doesn't
that's
seem
what
like it.
that's what they're pushing, isn't it? You know what they're
Completely.
trying to do is make everybody, especially if you think about it, in this country, what we've got millions that are the lower, them that are technically just working to pay the bills, and sometimes not even breaking even on that. And what they're trying to push is this, where everybody has the same wage. Well, for them that'd be fine, but for people like me, maybe other people that we invested the money that we got to get. Like me, I did my heavy goods license, so I could earn more money. Because at first I was doing security, which is piss poor wages. So I managed to save money. Well, I didn't. I borrowed it on a credit card, but that's besides the point. I paid that debt off. But I've progressed. Now, to turn around to me and say, "Hey, it's going to be a wage. This is the wage that everybody's going to get, and this is what you're going to live off." Nah, you're not. Because people will turn around and say, "Well, he's sat at home doing no, but he's getting the same money as me. I might as well do that." I mean, look how it happened in Cuba. Everybody had a job, but people didn't turn up, or they turn up for an hour and then bog off home.
Well, they're using the blueprint of World War II, aren't they, really? And everyone fucking knows the history in fucking World War II. And they're using the same fucking blueprint, more or less.
It won't
Apart
benefit
from
the
degeneracy
economy.
and violence.
I mean,
No.
part of the decision of the left that I've seen going on in America, in the American workplace, is it's called quiet quitting. I mean, over here, essentially, we call it working to rule. You know what I mean? You do your
Yeah.
job, and that's fucking it. You don't have to say hello, goodbye, fuck off. You don't have to build up any team spirit or anything. You just do your job and fuck off. Work to rule.
Yeah, you work to pay off your own house and stuff like that. It's called having a stake in the game. And usually they get you in debt and keep you there. So you're always going to continue working. But if you own nothing, well, you've got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
No, look. What I've got against all of that is that means an equality of outcome, not an equality of opportunity, because I'm only gonna do what I want to do. So there's only gonna be I'm a stoner. There's gonna be fuck all done today, and fuck all gets done. And then so where's the meritocracy in that? Where's the hierarchy? No. I don't
sounds
like that
temporary.
At all. Don't like that at all.
Even if it does come to that, it'll be a temporary phase until they reconsider what they've just done.
Lazy people.
And what it'll do is it'll further the gap between rich and poor again. So again, it's to their benefit.
Yeah, but like I said, you get to a certain thing. If you're paying everybody the same money, nobody wants to work, because if there's somebody not working, I mean, so it's saying, well, we can find jobs for everybody. Well, you can't. We've proved that. We've got 2.2 million on dough.
There we go, though. But all of our local shops and stores are slowly but surely being destroyed. Are they not? Ergo,
yeah.
Everybody becomes a number in a great big machine. If it's lots of local businesses, then you're important and you're friends and you become family and all of this sort of good stuff. If it's all on a globalist scale, well, it's not great, is it?
Yeah, universal basic income only comes hand in hand with a social credit system. It's the only way it'll actually work for them.
Haven't they tried UBI in Wales, though, for the what was it, 16 or 17-year-olds in Wales.
Yeah, they give them a lot of money, didn't they?
Yeah, but it's thing. You try and find figures on it. I think you'll find you won't have. But I know this much. It's the fact of the matter is, where's the money coming from? Well, it's obvious and plain. It's coming from the taxpayer. You know.
Well, actually, no,
Oh,
no, because if they're going to plan to do the digital currency like they want, it's coming out of fucking thin air.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, it's like.
Well, you got to
these-
think about what they're doing. They're flipping the whole system. They're literally rewriting the whole system we know. It's going from paperback currency to digital currency.
It was,
But
go on.
it won't work. It's already saying, yeah, it will. It won't. It is impossible to work. Digital currency will only work if the system is designed for it to work correctly. And let's face it, at this day and age, the system doesn't work right. How many times have you gone to a cash machine or
But
whatever?
that's in this country. That China's been a testing ground for years.
They're
Yeah, but-
California.
Yeah, but it still has its problems. The system goes down. I mean, the amount of people that try and hack that system to clear people's credit scoring is unbelievable. And they know that themselves. So every now and again, the system crashes, or they have to shut it down to get the bugs out on it that people have put in to keep the credit scores up. So at the end of the day, it will only be the same here. It's like when we all hear about, there'll be driverless cars soon and there'll be driverless lorries. Oh, really? Can't wait for that to happen with driverless lorries. Yeah, everything will be free. Because all somebody will do is just divert the lorry. They'll take over it and divert it and rob it or do whatever. Slow it down.
Which incidentally brings me on to something else that I was going to mention. You know that actress Anne Hesh? Anne Hesh.
Yes. Car accident lady.
Yes, her. And has anybody seen any of the Ring video? For the Ring doorbell stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's a number of houses that her car, I beg your pardon, goes past.
Right.
And I've seen 3 of them, all different Ring doorbells going down the road.
Right.
Her tires are squealing, and it sounds to me as though she's braking. Now then, I would have thought that would have been, a bit odd anyway. It's and then because it sounds to me as though the back wheels are locked up and the car's just trying to accelerate, and that would have been a bit weird to me anyway. But the sound is proper screeching and squealing. You think, what's that noise? And it goes, Wah! It's all the way through. But then but then we had the
video of her on the stretcher.
Yeah, the stretcher thing. But that's
She looked quite
yeah.
lively and with faculty to me. The survival fucking reflex was straight there with her.
But then finding
She was in a
out that
body
she
bag
was
for fuck's sake and was fucking getting herself out of a body bag.
Well,
And the people putting her in the place were fucking 2 firemen.
But
Well,
we don't know. We don't know if that actually was her. But anyway, she was also working with a senator, who incidentally also died in a car crash a week beforehand, and she was working with that senator on a documentary.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, and then
My word.
And then I was watching a bit of Tim Pool earlier on today, and they were talking about a similar thing that happened to a car that went out of control because somebody was investigating a general, I think it was, and it was I believe it was a reporter. But my point being, with these electric vehicles, they're doing this already with what, a mini metro EV. I don't know what she was driving. I mean, mini metro shows me age, but a mini EV. That's
I
what it
don't
looks
know
like
what
to
she was
me.
driving.
Well,
Yeah.
it looked like, you know, a mini Clubman, but, you know, modern day size, made by
Prius?
Volkswagen.
Oh,
No,
right.
yeah.
No, I haven't got a clue what the frig you're on about, so well, I'll give that a miss.
Anyway, it's a car.
Radio. Okay, it's an electric
Electric.
car. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we know they're not safe.
You know what?
Go on.
I was going to say, you know what? I can tell you one thing about electric charging cars. They're going to be the downfall for the future for being robbed. Every EV point's marked, right? How long
Well-
does it? How long does it take you to fill your car up at a fuel station?
Yeah, but the thing is,
Couple of
what you're going to find, and like I say, I watched this guy, and he's got an electric car, and he found that some of these charging points are losing the cables because unscrupulous people are cutting them off to wear them in.
Yeah,
What
but
do you expect?
well, the point is, if you're there and you're leaving your car for 4 or 5 hours to charge, as it's going to be, right? Everyone's going to know where the cars are to rob if they're not combustion.
Yeah, well, the thing is, at the end of the day, you don't leave stuff in it, and most people don't usually go that far away from the cars, and most people don't charge the car for 5 hours, and the reason being is because after 2 hours they have to pay for parking. So that's been the big problem with. But at the end of the day, what can you say? Electric cars aren't the future. We know that, and we know what they're pushing, and why they're pushing it. Because at the end of the day, everybody knows, especially with Teslas, if you buy an accident damaged Tesla and you repair it yourself, what do? They switch your charging off, so you can't fast charge, so you can't use their network. So at the end of the day, it's all about control. But then again, stating that, I mean, you look in Europe now, their systems where these vehicles now is, and what is it? Not next year. Well, they've got 2 years from when they introduced it. All the old vehicles have to be fitted with this system, so like they can't speed.
Oh, that's over here as well.
No, it,
No, because they brought it in the law in the EU. Yeah, right. We actually have brought it in over here.
We have-
No, we have not, mate. No, we have not.
Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's January they're bringing it
No.
out where it was
No.
all new cars have to be fitted with a black box.
No, it's just going in all the new cars. It makes it easier for the manufacturers.
Right, but it's not going to be switched on in this country because they haven't decided what they're going to do. In other words, they haven't got the technology in this country yet because let's face it, some houses still haven't got broadband properly. So how the hell can you have a car that? But then I guess saying that, you drive down road. My car's got speed recognition system on it, and sometimes it gets that wrong. You know, it'll say it's showing me 20 on dash, and it's showing 40 on board. You know, so it's like if it can be wrong now, it's what's going to make it any different in a couple of years' time. You know, it's got to be a big improvement, or otherwise you're going to be getting done for speeding because a lot of people will put these vehicles as control speed. It won't let me speed.
That'll be 5G, mate.
You mean that
know how to drive?
Yeah, that 5G that is shite everywhere. Yeah, absolutely garbage. It is. Oh
They
yeah.
can't fuck around with people's cars because they get used to driving them. And if there's things doing things to your car that you don't know what's going on, That's going to cause lots of fucking mayhem. I want to know that I can get out of danger or get past these couple of cars. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be saying, "Hey, you can get past that one, but we'll have to pull in, knock the other one off road."
Right. But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people with electric cars are going to find out this winter that they can't go to work next day because there's no power for the cars. Unfortunately.
Well, not only that, but I saw a video the day, I think it was from Hugo Talk, saying something about like petrol and diesel to fill a car is cheaper than will soon be cheaper than charging the car with the price of electric.
Oh, it will be.
It is already. A mate
Yeah.
of mine put up a post. I think it was yesterday. He's got an EV, and yeah, I think he said it was £33.93 to completely charge it, which worked out to much more expensive for the same mileage on a petrol or diesel car.
All right.
That-
Well,
That's going to
Right.
shoot up in October.
Hmm.
Poor bugger.
yeah, well, do you know what gets me, don't you?
We'll see.
The only thing I have to say to that is,
Yeah,
Sorry,
we'll see.
yeah, welcome to our world, petrol and diesel cars. We've-
Welcome to my world.
Mm. So have fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
you thought it was going to be cheap forever.
Here we go, guys.
And voila.
Let's say you buy a new car over here and it's got a black box in it, and you said they're turned off, right?
Yeah,
Living in a box.
Because they're turned off over here. Let's say you get on a boat and go to France, just hypothetically. Will
Yeah,
it automatically switch on?
yes.
I'll take a solder
Ooh.
9 to mine.
No,
can't.
no, you can, and even if you could, it would
We'll never have
invalidate.
one.
It would invalidate your insurance should the worst happen.
Yeah.
So insurance are fucking scams anyway.
Oh god,
Yeah,
fucking
go
don't
the
be
petrol
daft.
go-kart.
Come on,
And
come
that's
on.
easy.
I hate insurance.
Well, you might
Mm.
hate it, but you have to fucking have it. So, and if you don't
Yeah.
have it, and you're operating a vehicle, and something happens, you're fucked. You're in jail. I don't care what
That's
about
cool.
your opinion is on whether it's fair or not. That's what's going to happen.
Ah, cool.
Hate mandatory.
Yeah,
It's
but the point is,
interesting.
if it weren't mandatory, how many people wouldn't have it? And let's face it, with the statistics
Nobody.
that have shown on the road at this moment in time, what is it? The sees a uninsured vehicle one every 10 minutes or something. That's a lot of vehicles uninsured. Which at the end of the day, if one of them has an accident, and let's face it, it's you. It's your insurance that's paying to repair your car, not his insurance. And normally, usually the person that's uninsured didn't have any tax on it either, or MOT, and probably couldn't really afford the car to start with. So at the end of the day, why was he driving it? So taking him to court to get money to pay you for your damage and whatever it's cost you, you ain't getting. And if he does serious damage, which gives you life-threatening illness, where I don't know, you lose a leg or something like that,
Yeah, I know your argument.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying. The price could be a little bit lower, but it would only be lower if everybody paid their insurance, or at least didn't drive the car uninsured. That's the problem we're having. I mean, as things get tight and people have got to decide what they're
And
paying.
also, it's a lot of the false claims. Wasn't that basically that was in the 90s,
Well-
through to the noughties, that a
Right.
lot of the false claims were going through, and everybody's premiums are rising. I remember it. I remember it on the news.
Didn't they say
Yeah.
that in 2009 as well?
Don't know.
Yeah,
Can't remember.
Yeah, Remember when we had the big influx of Poles? Some of them were coming over, allegedly, and doing the crash for cash.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I
And
mean,
also they were doing it on buses, weren't they? You know, that they'd load their mates up into a double-decker bus, and they get a car pull out in front. The car would just like stop. They had all their mates to go forwards. How many fucking whiplash injury claims? Yeah.
yeah.
I'm with Ace Company, makes everything insurance, so I think I'm covered for everything with Acme.
But
But-
we've all seen the videos of those really drunk guys that just try and fall on the front of cars, and they go, "Mate, I've got a dash cam. Come on, get up." And they just
Yeah, the
roll
dive on the
about,
bonnet.
and they just
Yeah.
roll about on the floor, going, "No, no, I'm hurt." Yeah.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, it still goes on now. I mean, there's still people doing it now. But it's not just that. It's the bad driving. I mean, if you drive up and down roads and motorways and that, I mean, I can be quite safely say, in the 6 weeks holiday, I have not one day have I not been held up by traffic due to at least one accident on any motorway that I've been on.
Oh, I had someone pulled over on the outside lane today. It was fucking hilarious. About 5 of them getting out of the fucking thing. Right on the outside lane. God knows how that car ever was allowed to go in the outside lane in the first place. It fucking probably wouldn't have gone over fucking 60s all fucking time. But literally pulled up on the outside lane completely. They're out. Nothing to do. There's no cones, no police there. Just really slow traffic going past them. They're lucky people.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's like that when you see people pulled up on hard shoulder and they stood there having a Jimmy Riddle. And it's like, you do realise that hard shoulder's not for you to
Right.
pull up and have a Jimmy Riddle on, don't you?
Literally taking the piss.
Still live.
Yeah, they literally are. But, you know, it's there for various reasons. It's for a vehicle that's broken down, and it's also there for allowing ambulances, fire engine, and police to use when an accident has occurred in front
Or
of you.
cars breaking down that can pull over into it.
Yeah, but the problem is nowadays there's a lot of motorways with no hard shoulder, which I think
Yeah.
is a good idea.
Aren't they meant to be called smart as well? I think we do live in topsy-turvy land.
Yeah, these so-called smart motorways have killed a lot more people than a standard motorway would have. So, which at the end of the day, what
Yeah.
do you
I wonder who came up with that and then called it smart.
Kiwi
Well,
is
it is
smart. Smart. It hurts.
Yeah, and it is smart for the government because the amount of money and revenue it pulls in is astronomical. I mean, they could
How does
reach
it make any revenue? How does it make its money?
well through speeding because like
Oh, right.
these smart motorways have got the speed cameras on, aren't they? It's
Oh, I hope I haven't been down a smart motorway today.
yeah, they have the speed cameras. So like,
Oh, I do hope. I hope.
like when you do, you know, it says 60 in that next one, which is like I don't know.
Oh,
Start road is 30 and you're doing
oh,
70 like and you're braking hard
oh.
to 30. Yeah, that's smart, isn't it?
I've now got the 2-week wait.
All right. Well, that won't be good then.
Yeah, the 2-week wait for those that are listening is
Well,
if you think you might have been caught speeding or might have been slightly over the speed limit for any amount of time, then it takes them 2 weeks legally to notify you. And if they don't notify you within 2 weeks, then hunky dory, have a fiesta.
Actually, I hate to burst your bubble, but they've removed that and extended it to 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And that includes anything else, like going through,
Dumb fool.
yeah, like going through red lights and things like that. Yeah.
Luckily, my little Austin Mini doesn't go that far over the speed limit.
Yeah. But it's a shame that the instead of concentrating on collecting money by doing these stupid speed limits, they could think a little bit. But then again, stating that if you pay monkeys, you get peanuts. Well, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. We'll get it right.
Yeah.
Press these buttons to the speed limits. Maybe they should really realise that when you're in a lorry and you've got 44 ton on.
Well, you go through a bit, don't you? Which is like something like 30, 50, back to 30, 50 or something like that.
Yeah. And it's like, you try and stop a lorry going from, say, 55 mile an hour down to 30 mile an hour in that distance.
It's quite an entrapment sort of part of the motorway, that then.
Carlo, if you go to Scotland, it goes from 50 to 20.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, well, it's like in Wales now, which makes me laugh because they lowered a load of signs down to 20 mile an hour. Then now they're going to put some on them back up because we've had that many complaints. Oh, there you go. Not such a good idea to be such a smart horse, is it? But it's all that money wasted on all them 20 signs.
Oh, no, Jimmy fucking Cranky again.
No, this is Lord Drakeford, isn't it?
Oh, you're talking about Wales. Sorry, I drifted off in the fog.
Column.
Yeah. Right, so, but yes.
So, what else? What else did we have? I'm trying to think.
So, you're not coming back on camera then, are you?
Oh, bugger. Oh, yeah.
Superman.
Well,
we had the bombshell that 60% of arrivals on the Dover shore are Albanians. And the figures for this are that 2,165 have currently landed this year, opposed to 23 last year.
All right.
Well.
Welcome.
Well. A lot more car washes then.
Have we had a breakdown of, let's just say, the gender of who turned up? Maybe.
Not yet. I don't.
I want a sweepstake on it if you like.
Or I've got two more things. Or their average age group, and the third, what their religious denomination is.
Oh, see, I've already worked out my favourites.
Yeah,
odds on favourites, by the way. Odds on favourites.
Yeah.
I think they're just a bunch of locusts.
We're all three.
Once they're done with us, they'll move on to the next one.
Just Boy Scouts on a jamboree, aren't they?
It's
part of a job.
Am I right?
Hang on, mate, hang on. And then I saw this cunt on fucking. It was either LBC. No, it was GB News with Dan Wootton, and there's this female going, no, what you have to understand, without any accent that sounds racist, is that England and the UK takes the lowest amount of refugees out of any of the European countries. The rest of Europe does so much more for these refugees. And
this that lady called? Sorry, was this that lady Narinda?
Narinda, that's the
yeah. She used to be a Big Brother guest or one of those, but
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
the
God.
basically a mouthpiece.
right.
Oh, the brain
right.
of
A Jade Goody.
an amoeba.
Right.
No, not even a Jade Goody. I'd say Jade Goody was more intelligent.
Right.
Hey, did you like me tits?
Do you know what?
But
Because she
thing-
sounded so fucking far out woke, I actually thought she was part of the establishment, you know? So,
Hush, what?
here's the thing, we're not part of Europe anymore. You know what I mean? Yes, we live in Europe. You know, we can't just up and sail away, which would be fucking nice, because we could make that gap just that little bit bigger.
Oh, that would be lovely.
You know what I mean? But no,
Towards the sun a
not
little
part
bit.
of the European project. They invited them in. Not we didn't invite them in. They invited them in. They opened their borders. They said it was a great idea to invite everybody and sundry to their shores, and then they expect us to take some of these. No, you invite them in. You think, and another thing that winds me up. I'm sure dole money is only £100 a week if you're a single person. I'm sure it is. So why are these refugees or scoundrels, as we like to call them?
I don't think it's that much.
It is. It's £100 a week, isn't it, dole money?
Don't think so,
No,
mate.
I think it's 50, around 60 quid, roughly, I think.
Serious?
Hmm
Again,
Oh,
170
no,
a week.
it's got to be more than that. With 55
Sorry,
quid.
170 a fortnight they're getting.
It was 40 when I was on it.
Or 175 or something. I was watching a Maya 2C video on this the other day.
That's what they're getting a week, though, isn't it?
Well, they're getting
They're on this thing
Oh, no.
called an Aspen card. Once they get off the plane or whatever, or the boat or whatever,
Yeah.
they're handed this thing saying, "Here, we're going to give you all this free stuff and whatever, and if you don't want it, we'll still give you some of the things, but not all of them." But yeah, basically just handing our shit away, basically.
So,
Really?
well, according to this, either 70 or 79 quid. So we'll say 80 quid just to round it off. So if dole money in this country is 80 quid, why are these fuckers getting 175 quid a week?
PTSD.
Oh, right, PTSD. Well, what about our PTSD? Do I get any? You know, because the amount
Hang
of...
on. See, insofar as I'm aware, because you won't believe this, I know somebody that's actually got a fear of chains, you know, and he's fucked up in the head anyway. It's actually a thing, a fear of chains, and even on the I didn't believe him, and then fuck me, a few days later on the BBC, I saw them do a trigger warning for if you're afraid of chains, don't watch, because it was something to do with Portsmouth, Plymouth. Anywho,
Have you got a link for that?
yeah, fucking well.
There's a dog on the lead.
I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you were doing something about the
The chain.
Yeah, he's got a phobia of
Yeah,
chains.
prior to that.
Your mate has a phobia of chains.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh,
And so, what he had to do, but to be perfectly honest with you, is physically disabled as well. You know, he's fucked. So for him
One
to
second.
get the extra disability that these guys are getting, not only did he have to have X amount of doctor's appointments, X amount of evidence, X amount of paperwork, he then had to go through a process of being screened, and then had to go through the DWP, and then only then, once they'd accepted it, was then they would only pay him any extra 3 months later. So how does that stand that these cunts come in and get PTSD payments extra when there's none of that a UK citizen, that this guy really did need it, to be fair, he's fucked.
Well, it just goes
Well,
to show that
it's-
you're led
it's-
by people and not governed by, you know. They take no notice of us whatsoever. They don't give a fuck about us.
Well, we should
They
say
rather
that we've
work for foreigners rather than us.
got a fear of crime, and the more immigrants let in, the more crime we're having.
Well, that's
Well-
the thing. That's the exact argument you can make. Just use their own argument against them. It's self-defeating. Robert Cush, you said
Yeah.
earlier. Go on, tell me about that they're suing the family for what? The gun? Cush?
It's deaf and muted, so
Right. Well, Kush
can't
was
hear you.
telling me that there was a family in America suing somebody for suing the gun company that killed someone.
Oh
mean-
my god.
I mean, they're
All right. So
Well-
if I get run over,
No.
I could
But
sue
you-
the car
mind
company.
you,
for
Hey,
the car.
it did come from
They'd
Kush.
put you
It
in
might
court if you opened an envelope the wrong way.
Yeah.
He might have just read the headline and nothing else.
Yeah. This
Well,
is,
it is Kush.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
took the words out of your mouth there, Callow.
I mean, it is our Kush, but you know, it is
He's a
Kush.
headliner. Likes his headline.
Yeah. We'll read the headline and we'll skip the rest of the story.
Yeah, no, I won't read the rest.
That's kind of my game as well.
But like, yeah.
Never read a book by its cover.
Yeah. So, right. Moving on. Any more topics? Anybody got anything else that they want to sort of throw in there that would sort of anybody in the chat like to throw a topic out? You know, we want a bit of interaction with everybody. So if you'd like to throw a topic out, we'll discuss it and then we'll butcher it like we normally do.
And get
I was not
sidetracked.
I was not prepared today. I had a journey in.
Whilst we're waiting for this lot to wipe off the keyboards and
Yeah.
bang it intermittently, we could talk about the Serbian president, Alexander Vucic.
Oh, we could.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, he said that September's gay pride events will not take place in his country after thousands marched in protest. And that's been announced today when there's the Manchester Pride, day 2 of 4, and there's the Cardiff Pride and Mother's Pride.
Yeah.
No, Mother's Pride.
London Pride. They
Mother's
don't
Pride.
do a London Pride. Hasn't that been? Oh no, they do a London Pride. They don't do a Muslim Pride because they did advertise once for a Muslim Pride, which we
It's all
found
sectional anyway.
interesting.
Go on, Heath.
Well, I was just wondering, what do you think the repercussions are going to be from that? Because aren't Serbia part of the...
He's going to get treated like Orbán, isn't he, of Hungary?
Well,
Orbán.
at the end of the day, it's like, what you call it? It's their country, and they're being told, that the EU is, you're still allowed to set your own laws and things like that. But obviously, plain day as things are, that's not true. Because you can see the state of Europe, and let's face it, they just want to have a central control. But at this moment in time, they're starting to lose control because when you think about it, Britain was the, shall we say, the voice of reason in Europe, and now we're not the voice of reason. It's now starting to fall apart, which I can't wait, and I hope it happens soon. That these countries decide, we've had enough of you, and it's time we moved on. And by the way, we're not taking any refugees or so-called refugees, and you can have them all, and you can pay them.
We've got a lot of enemies within. We've got a lot of enemies within the country that don't love the country, hate the country, hate everything about the country. We've already got enemies within.
Yep.
What do you call them?
Politicians.
Colonists, they used to be called. Well,
I was hoping you would say traitors.
Yeah, we are. But
well,
no, we don't have a voice for
I'm
each
saying.
state. You're right there, but we are getting fucked over by them. Yep. Only for so long, though. Apparently. Yeah, according to Liz Truss, she's gonna, if she gets in power, within days of her being in power, she's going to chuck Article 16 out there.
Will she fuck?
Yeah.
I saw
I
that
don't
as
know.
well.
WEF agenda.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? She said that she will, but we've all sort of said that she won't. And
Didn't 1,000 arrive on the shores today? And I think the other day 1,200 arrived on the shores. So, you know, at that rate, with 365 days a year.
oh yeah, hopefully winter will be coming soon, and the seas will be getting rough.
Oh, I don't think that stops them, does it?
Oh, that would be more R and eye out, more. I mean,
I was going to say, no, our ships will be out there.
Probably just a cheaper price.
Well, apparently, according to Rotten Politics, 1,300 came. That is a lot.
Fuck me.
Yeah, 1,300 came. What? This is what gets me. Where are we putting these people? Hotels.
Well,
You know, 2 billion. What is it? 2 billion a year it's costing us. Where's this 2 billion?
As I say, all of this is by design.
Design.
You know, the left and the right paradigm, it doesn't really exist.
No, it doesn't. No, this, no.
We've got lunatics and sane people, yeah, of course.
Globalists.
But the left and right, no, it doesn't really exist. We've got globalists and we've got elites.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah, two cheeks to the same ass.
And everything that we argue about seems to be fucking pointless. I don't mean to be apathetic or defeatist or anything like that, but it really appears that way to me.
Someone needs to say, no, shut it, no more, we're not listening.
Yeah, the point is, what do we do? There's got to be something. We can't just keep taking this shit and expect to take this shit and not do something about it. There's got to be laws that we can enact and that we can.
What's about to you? Hey, got to know this man. Get up in your face.
You know, I mean, it's all right saying, well, you know, you do it when you go to voting booth. No, we haven't got a voting booth. Oh,
you know what? The only
What uni parties?
The only thing that I can think of that matters with voting, to be fair, but even if matters might not be the right word, but has a small impact, is voting locally. You know? Now, whether that has a wider impact on the whole economy and the whole country and the whole state of play, irrelevant. Clearly not. But on a local level, maybe one can cast one's votes accordingly.
Yeah, and keep these machines out of our voting. Keep those machines out of our voting.
But like, no, I can't say that. You can't say that because you look at Wales. You know, 56% of people in Wales voted to leave the EU.
I'm talking about in your local amenities, your local borough councils, that sort of stuff, making a real difference. So, no, as I said, on the global scale, what difference can you make with your vote for left, right, or indifferent? But locally, voting for my next door neighbour down the road as a local councillor, I can fucking knock on his door and go, "Oi, cunt, what did you do that for?" Now that makes a difference.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it needs more than one person doing stuff. You know, you need to get people on board, and at this moment in time,
as I said,
the world's gone to pot.
Yeah,
You know?
the globalists and the
Go
elites.
on.
Locally, as I say, I'm agreeing with you. All I'm saying is that locally, shit might help you and your local community. On the global scale, ain't gonna make fuck all difference.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're saying local community all getting together. I mean, take a look at your community. Matter of fact, you can't, because I bet a pound to a penny says you don't know who your next door neighbour is or third door down properly.
I know about 60, 70 people in the area, all in the surrounding area.
Yeah, but when was the last time you talked to them?
His name is Michael Caine, and he's a nosy neighbour.
Seriously, almost every day.
Well, I forgot. Yeah, you don't work, do you?
No, it's not that I don't work, mate. It's just that I'm friendly.
It was a wind up, Flux. It was a wind up. You see, that's the thing. I don't. Half the time I'm not even here at home. You know, it's like saying, you know, I know people by name, and I know who lives there, and I know who lives there, but could you get them all to work together to agree on one thing
No,
to get
that's not what I was
Yeah,
saying.
and do you like them all?
I was saying about local elections. Local elections,
Well, I'm saying
local
it's
voting.
fucking dimwit. You can't get. If you all turn around and say local elections, right, let's all agree to vote for this party, you're never gonna get it.
No,
Yeah, look
I
at what a committee
agree.
decided, and look what a giraffe looks like.
All right. You know, it just don't work. You know, it's like, I mean, let's take my family. They are that hard labour. It's unreal. And even though when you point out the certain fact that Keir Starmer knew about we know who, and they still vote. They still vote for him, and it's like, oh God, no. You know, it's like you might as well bang your head against the wall. Even though you show them the evidence, you tell them here's the evidence. I mean, someone
Fingers in their ears.
like, no, Labour all the way. They've always been for working man. Really? They're not for working man. You know? And
Yeah. It's what my granny says all the time. I ask her why you vote Labour. Oh, it's because they're for the working man. Yeah, right.
Okay, in my local elections, there was a Labour guy that said he would be locally, in my very local area, he would be doing something that was very positive for this local community. And there was a Conservative guy that was doing something that was not positive for this local community. And so it seems to me that there was a choice there for people to make of making a difference in their local community, and none of that.
But you still voted UKIP.
Oh well, mate. Yeah, I voted Lord William Sutch. Yeah. It's like with your local. If you've got a parish council, with your local amenities, you'll vote for somebody that's going to take care of the accounts that have been run ragged for the past 4 years by the previous cunt, and get the
potholes put in your roads,
get the rugby field sorted out, whatever it may be, the local amenities. That's what I'm talking about, local level stuff.
Yeah, but here comes the problem. At the end of the day, then here comes a big, I don't know, we'll say a company that wants to build houses. And says, oh, that rugby field's a nice size. We could put a fair few houses on there. Slip. This is allegedly, by the way.
I remember they used to have greenbelt land. Do they still have that, or is it just not anything anymore?
Yeah, we still have greenbelt, but they've started building up fringe on it, haven't they? You know, it's okay. It's like putting houses.
As long as the Lord doesn't own it.
Yeah, it's like let's build houses on floodplains, and then when they flood, we can say it was global warming. Got nothing to do with the fact that it doesn't have. It's, but like we can say it's global warming. Oh, really? It's right though, isn't it? Let's be honest. That's what's going off with it, And they say no. Oh, get ready for the price of chips to go up and all.
Hey,
Frozen chips are going up because apparently the potato fields haven't done so well because of dry weather. What the fuck?
Art attacks.
Oh, hang on.
Climate change.
Talking about that one. I did hear correctly, didn't I, that the sale of peat has been banned?
Yes.
Peat.
The soil.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what peat is.
The sod.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely banned. I can't buy it anymore for my allotment.
Yeah, you can't buy it anymore. It's been banned, hasn't it?
Why? What's wrong with peat?
Well, apparently it's full of CO2s. So when you burn it, it releases all these CO2s into the ozone, which makes me laugh because we're cutting trees down to turn into pellets to create energy. But that's a zero emission thing. Really?
Yeah. Well, biomass is cutting down trees and burning it for electric.
Yeah, but that's zero. That's zero. You know what I mean?
So they want to get rid of CO2 for the plants, get rid of the plants, and well, I wonder who's next.
Well, that's it, isn't it? End of the day, it's like we've been told all this, and we all know why. But it's all bullshit. We have a good summer. I mean, let's face it, this summer hasn't been bad. It's not been bad.
All right.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it, even though I'm not a fan. I can't stand heat. But the point of the matter is, I've enjoyed it. We've had a good summer.
I'd say we've only had really 5 days of really good heat, though.
Well, yeah, but then 5 days we broke all records.
Yeah, and we had a drought right in the middle of it. Amazed me. That must have been a world record.
Yeah, but which is rubbish. We've broke the record since we've been recording. Let's be honest.
Since 1956.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
I think it's 77 actually. After the hottest year that's ever been, they started recording shit after that. I think some of the news sources that they bring up.
It didn't though, is it? Because I think what were it in? I can't remember. 1936 or something like that. They recorded temperatures higher than they are now, but they don't want you to know that. But you can actually go back and check it out. I mean, it's hard to find it now because obviously the way they recorded it isn't like they do it now.
I believe I know the exact one that you're talking about. That they changed it, that it only went from 1950 something onwards. But
yes,
really, it had been recorded from a lot earlier before.
They just changed the goalposts to suit themselves, don't they?
Yeah. Well, 1936. I can't remember.
Yeah, something, mate. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah.
And they had weather a lot warmer than it is now. But to suit their narrative, you know what I mean? They've.
And also, let's not forget that the CDC produced a report it said 3,000 scientists in its index, as it cited 3,000 scientists saying that the hockey stick graph was accurate, whereas indeed it wasn't. And out of those 3,000, how many of them were janitors, caretakers over here? How many of them actually wrote to the CDC and said, "Oh, actually, I disagree with everything that you've said, so don't include my name," but they still included it. It's bollocks. Look at the Great Barrier Reef. All of it is a complete and utter fucking pile of shit.
Over the decades, they've had all the different ones, haven't they, Flux? been something different all the fucking decades, from ozone layers to ice ages.
Constant wars, famine, pestilence.
Yeah, just waiting for the locusts. Oh, we got to eat them, have we now? All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I hadn't looked at it that way. Yeah.
But
Yeah, we can have them covered in chocolate with some.
Oh, you dirty bastard.
not in shit.
That's what they do
Hey,
in
with a
China.
nice cold bit of tea, eh? Fuck you know.
I'll have to dip it in the cold tea just to get.
Ah,
I'd rather eat
someone
the
yell a
grass from my
card, you
window.
will ya?
Dear.
Nasty.
But like, yes. Well, if we don't band together, then we're gonna be in locus. So or whatever that they stick under your nose.
It's like an elastic band, isn't it? It's how strong's this fucking elastic band before it's gonna snap. Yeah, how far do you have to? Yeah, what's the strength? What's the poundage on this fucking elastic band before it snaps and people are gonna go, "Hey, oh, something's going on."
Well, that's it. Innit? I mean, at the end of the day, if you look at what's going on in shops with gaps where stuff should be and things like that, it's like, well, last week they didn't have them, but this week now they've got them. But this week they haven't got them, but last week they had them. Sounds to me, it's not. We haven't got it. It's we haven't got the capacity to deliver it to the store.
What's the next festive thing we've got? What's the next? Have we got bonfire night,
got
fireworks, Halloween? I bet you they have all the stuff they need for those festivities. I bet you they pile into the shops.
Well, yeah. They'll. It was like that, weren't it? The shelves were empty, but you had Christmas stuff in October.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like, really?
Hang on,
Seriously?
is Ramadan coming up?
No.
Oh,
No.
what about
No.
Eid?
That's
No,
gone.
no, okay. What about Black Pride Month? No,
I don't know which month that one is.
Shop?
isn't that every month?
Well, yeah. Well, no.
Okay.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
What about Proud to be English?
Oh,
Is
no, we're not
there
proud.
Oh, you fucking bigot!
Honestly, yeah, you're bigger.
Oh, you fucking racist!
I'm only asking.
When are we going to have Proud to be Straight month? You think that'll kick off?
Jess
Hey,
Phillips
at
will
least
have
there
a word
was a
with
straight flag.
Right. Maybe not. I suppose, it's too much sash, really, isn't it?
I saw today at some Pride march that the lesbians were excluded from the march and then ushered and weren't allowed to join the march, and they were going a bit nuts. They said, "We're the L in the LGB," and the police and this sort of stewardy thing were, keeping them away. That was very strange, sort of.
The cops removed them, according to Rotten Politics. Very nice. God.
You see, it's the fucking left eating itself. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It really is, and that's. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I know Kush hasn't come back, but I do want to get back to it. Kush was referring to.
I'm here.
Kush is back. Kush is
Right.
back. Ask Kush.
Right, Kush, you were talking about the family that was suing the gun company.
Oh yeah.
Elaborate.
Well, I didn't really read much up on it. It was just a guy who made a gun that the gun company of that brand is suing them. That's it, really. It's nothing. It's
Made it out of
America.
stone.
So with I mean, if we follow that train of thought, where does it end?
Yeah, but it's not the first time it's happened in America. There was also a company who were making fuel cans, jerry cans, and people were pouring fuel into fires. And when the
Ace Company makes everything. Acme.
when the flame traveled up the tube, they were suing the company because it didn't have a warning label on it. So
All right.
America's
Awesome.
America's a weird place for lawsuits, honestly. I'll try and find the article.
I mean, it gets back to the argument, doesn't it? Of, okay, so are we now gonna, because some geezers have robbed a bank with some shotguns in a white van, we're gonna sue Ford because they provided the van. But if you do that, then you're gonna have to sue Dunlop for providing the fucking tires.
And Adidas for supplying the lads' trainers.
Yeah, and the people that laid the concrete. Oh, it's just. Where
And
does
the
it
brand
end?
of ammunition.
Yeah.
And the
Can we have
shotgun.
normality, please? Can we stop doing this now, please? Can we stop playing
Did
like
you
that?
have shoelace? You had skin? Right. Your mum owes us $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck off, cunt.
Yeah, and your dad owes us a couple of million because he was the one that came inside your mother.
Hey, if he'd have been 5 seconds fucking early, his dad said he'd have been a spaceman. Could have just shot him into it.
It really is unbelievable. It is fucking beyond me.
Well, that's it, isn't it? When you think about it, the world has gone nuts. You've got the nuts leading the nuts. Let's face
We're
it.
listening to morons, yeah. When we used to have morons that used to talk about moronic things, and you go, what? You used to tell them to shut up. So everyone telling them to shut up because, they're stupid. They used to shut up. But now inclusivity means we've got to listen to every fucker. And they're all fucking nuts. They're all fucking nuts. Look at them. What are they doing?
Yeah, that's what caring community. I think
And
that's
they're letting you do it to kids now.
caring the community.
Oh, fuck me. Hello? Where's fucking Mr. Moonface? I'm in the fucking land of topsy-turvy here.
Yeah. So
What
anyway.
happened to just letting kids be kids? Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, health and safety, weren't it? That's what happened. Health and safety moved in, and then they got rid of all great swings out and stuff like that we all used to have when we were kids.
There you go, Flex.
I can't
Bobby's
read it, mate.
Your kids will find out about the birds and the bees in their own time. They'll learn it from the playground. They'll know exactly what's going on for the right time. Let them be kids.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? You look at the way that they're teaching kids now in school, and they're sort of teaching them the fact that 2 and 2 don't equal 4. It equals whatever they want it to be.
1940 12D.
Right.
I can or can't I?
I kind of can't.
But like it's unbelievable.
I mean, what was it? I don't mean to do a cliche here, but Yuri Brezhnev,
The one with the bushy eyebrows?
No, not him. The guy that said this is how it's going to happen from the 1960s. It's going to be
Bezmenov.
Him.
Yuri Bezmenov.
Yes. And it's accurate.
Oh, why? Well, he told you. He was from it.
It's done. It's done.
Probably wrote a couple of the sentences and paragraphs.
Just look at how thick, and I'm not going to pick on, well, I am. I'm going to pick on the Americans, and I'm going to pick on the English. You can go around the streets in any town and go, in England, who is the president of England? And they'll go, oh, I don't know, Tony Blair? Do you know what I mean? And you can go over into America and go, who is the current Prime Minister of America, and they'll go Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter where you go. Everybody
Yeah.
is getting dumbed down and are thick as fuck.
Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It's like, how can humans be this thick?
It's like, say, if you put shit in, you get shit out, don't you? Let's be honest.
They're being dumbed down intentionally because the Asians, dare I say, are not.
It's even a young English girl the other day, a couple of days ago, and they were some other English girls trying to explain to her about England not being in Germany, and it's something. It was like she must be about what, 17 or 18. What the fuck have you been doing for 17 or 18 years?
It's horrendous.
Right. Moving on. Any more? Oh,
Well,
It's befuddlement.
yeah.
we have been going almost 2 hours, ladies.
Oh,
So,
see what happens when Free State's away doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
and
But yeah,
it's,
It
At
looks
the
like
altar of the Rose and Crown.
they're suing Armor Light over the mass shooting. What happened in Texas?
it's time for last orders. So, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, leave a comment. And if you really, really like this video, if you'd like to do us a favour, share it.
Share, people, share.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will bid you all good night.
Arrivederci.
Unless you want to join us in Discord, which nobody's got a link, I
No.
should imagine.
Oh, yes, we must put it up.
It's somewhere.
It'll be on one of the older videos.
Yeah,
Last
it's
week's
in the
everywhere,
description.
God's sake.
In the
Yeah.
description, yeah.
Go on,
There
get
you
over
go.
yourselves. We're
Yeah,
world
I know
famous.
that,
Come
but-
on, stop being so,
So,
coy.
from me, ta-da, catch you later.
Join us on Discord, people.
Stop being so coy. We're world famous. Fuck me. They all know where to find us. Jesus.
It's like, yeah, we're in a link below.
They love it when I turn up the bass.